What do you think of today's young people?
Fucking wankers, useless faggots, complete retards.
Why would you say that? I'm not sure I can agree with you. Can you provide some justification for your rather offensive comments?
Back in my day, young people had balls. All you hear these days is young people complaining about their mental health. When I was young, if someone claimed they had mental health issues, then you would label them as a retard and kick the shit out of them.
Surely back in the old days, the young women did not have balls. Were you referring to the young men of your day?
Yes, but these days, young women do have balls.
What do you mean by that?
All this "I am identifying as a woman" crap. Men can just claim to be a woman and go into female changing rooms to see all the real women naked.
Should people not be able to identify as the sex they feel most comfortable being recognized as? Why should a man not be able to identify himself as a woman and make use of female-only changing facilities?
But a man identifying as a woman could walk into the female changing rooms with a bushy beard and a rock-hard erection. Do you not think the naked women might suspect that he was not a biological woman?
Maybe the women would be happy to see a man with an erection in their changing rooms if his todger was of an impressive length and girth.
I guess he could walk up behind them and slide his eager cock between their legs. Maybe some things are better today than they were when I was young.
I think the naked women in the changing room would complain if a man identifying as a woman decided to slide his, or her, erect penis into them.
He could just say, "Don't worry, ladies, I am a lesbian." Surely they would not mind him sliding his penis into them if they believed he was a lesbian. He would just need to claim that "I am identifying as a lesbian woman today."
I suspect only the lesbian women in the changing room would be happy with the thought of a male lesbian shoving his cock up them. Any heterosexual women would not want to be penetrated by a lesbian penis.
Very true. But most women do seem to be lesbians these days, so the man identifying as a woman would have to do a lot of fucking.
So has your opinion of young people now improved slightly?
I guess it has a little. I feel my generation of young men missed a trick by not all deciding to identify as women whenever they went to the swimming pool.
Do you not feel that young people of today are more polite than your generation was?
Fuck no. Young people today are a bunch of offensive cunts. All they care about is equality and fairness, and they are not bothered about who gets pissed off by their relentless pursuit of social justice. They are all wankers. If I had my way, they would all be rounded up in a large field and we would drop a nuclear bomb on their fucking heads.
Is social justice not a good thing?
Of course not. I own an apartment and some people are homeless. I'm not about to share my apartment with a stinky, urine-covered homeless man for the sake of social justice.
But what if there was a beautiful young lady who was homeless? Would you not want social justice for a hottie with large tits and a firm arse?
I see your point. Not all social justice is a bad thing. In some cases, social justice can be beneficial.
I guess the only real benefit would be if the homeless hottie agrees to have sex with you after you allow her to stay in your apartment.
Obviously, if I am kind enough to allow a sexy young homeless woman to stay in my apartment, then I would expect her to walk around in just her underwear and show her gratification each night by fucking me.
What about your wife?
My wife is not a lesbian, so she would not want to be fucked by the hot homeless woman.
You misunderstood my meaning. I was wondering if your wife might have a problem with you inviting a sexy homeless woman to your apartment, making her strip to her underwear, and then having her fuck you in the marital bed every night.
Good point. I guess I would have to ask the hottie to fuck me on the sofa.
I think you are still misunderstanding my concern. If I were married to you, then I would not want you inviting hot young homeless women to the apartment so that they could fuck you.
You fucking gay. There is no way I would ever marry you. please immediately remove any thoughts that you might one day be my wife from your tiny perverted brain.
I was speaking hypothetically. I have no desires to be your wife. I was just imagining how your wife might feel if you invited a homeless hottie to stay in your apartment.
I see. I guess I might have to divorce the wife before I begin inviting homeless hotties to come and live with me.
Yes. Anyway, are you now starting to consider that young people being concerned about social justice is a good thing?
Maybe. I can see how social justice could benefit my sex life.
So the young people of today are not really as bad as you had thought they were?
Maybe not. But I'd still drop a nuclear bomb on all their fucking heads.
Why?
Because then I would be able to have all the homeless naked hotties to myself.